Okay, let's see if the audio is working. I think so. The cash game champ is back. Oh, we. Currently leading the cash game championship. I'll show you guys. There's quite a big gap actually between me and 365k. It's 37. I mean, it can change quickly, of course. I had mostly winning days or only winning days if you look at the expected value. So at some point I'm going to have a big losing day, but feels good. I went drinking yesterday, so we'll try to keep the energy high, but if it's a bit lower, please bear with me. I'm gonna play a mix of tournaments and cash games. Let's put this here. Let's see what everyone is doing. There's not that many tables of 1020 running at the moment. We have a couple of tournaments that we're gonna compete in. I'm just firing everything up. It will be a little bit slower at the start, but please bear with me. Checking out the action everywhere. See where I should be focusing on. Wow, 8,000 people online. It's decent. I'll message a couple of people to see if we can get the 5k going. Let's see. Okay. We're getting a seat for the VIP game. That's weird. Okay, I guess they're wrapping up. Let's see. Okay, this is probably boring, but we started the stream too early. Let's see. We're live right now. Let's fire up the chat, hang out with the boys. Chat is here. Oh, technology, always tough for me. First time to be first on the stream. Vojvodic, Liko is saying, hey, what's up? Finally number 1 leaderboard spot. Good luck. Thank you, sir. We're gonna need some dedication and some run good. That's what we need. When will we have some giveaway? Not sure. Probably not gonna happen anytime soon, I Who knows? Who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. We have the 1K, the 2K. Guess we have to get into this one. Late reg almost ending. Just turn to this one. Okay, if anyone feels like playing the 5K. Let me know. Okay, we have those two. Then on GG we have two of them as well. Don't they have like a rake-free thing for people that stream or something? Could be a pretty good life hack. Imagine recouping your rig there. Okay. A lot happening. Bets again. This might be one where we just call him all the way. Not sure. Okay, we have this one. Please bear with me. Here, I think we're gonna pot. I mean, it's a 9 high flush, it's not super good. Having the king is kind of okay. Gonna sometimes call, sometimes fold here. I think that's the way to go. Might be a little bit too light, but yeah, let's have the nut flush. Here with the ace 3, I just think we're gonna flat call, keep his bluffs in. And here we have a game popping up. Gonna not play this one. I think we wanna bet here. Can check. We can raise the river even. It's a combo I would check back. It's a small bet. We're just gonna call, but we could have gone there for the bluff, but I think you're overdoing it if you turn your showdown into bluff there, but two and a half open, it's super small. You are supposed to defend a lot of hands. This might not be one of them. So we're gonna make a fold. Ines Gonçalves, good luck, champ. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Martindam, I heard that format was unbeatable rake machine. Which format are you talking about, Martin? Do you think you could win at the Omaha all-in or fold games? Oh yeah, he's answering that question. Yeah, big rake machine. Martin loves the rake. I'm back. Number 1 in the leaderboards. Let's go. Good luck, champ. Congrats on the hot start. Fun to watch. Thanks, everyone. I've been enjoying the enthusiasm. Betting and checking, definitely both on the table. Against Bavy of Blank. Formidable opponent. I guess we're supposed to bet this one for value. It's kind of nice to unblock ace queen. We could maybe even size bigger. Also, I'm very used to betting and then my hand being exposed, but I guess it's not the case. I have to switch back again. Interesting. So if we shove, maybe they push each other out. It's probably close, but here we're gonna defend the small blind. We really want to get into hands here in this bounty tournament. That's a nice flop. Bavy does his job, trying to push out Varvar. Let's see if we can get in against the hand. That's nice. That's flipping. Flip. We don't get there, but we played the hand as we should have. Okay, rebuy. Friendly stakes. That's the 1K. We limp and get raised. Is the cash game championship over? No. It's 3 more weeks of cash game madness. And the word is saying, Vamos AC, leaderboard number 1. You got it right. Really a spot where he's supposed to check raise a lot. I'm going to stab here, but I don't feel great about it. I feel like this guy is going to lead a lot of the hands that he's supposed to lead. And then this guy does check raise quite a bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if he puts it in here and we have to fold. But if we check back here on the flop, it's going to be very tough to win the hand, so sometimes you just go for it. And we do so unsuccessfully. Good bet here. Sucks that Bavy has a shovable stack, but coming in for another limp. Now Bavy has a super nice shoving spot. That was the thing we were afraid of. Not a great hand to have here, but I think we want to get into the mix, and then here we have to fold. We do block 3 spades, which is super relevant, so it makes it way less likely that Bavy has a shoving hand. Most of his strong hands are shoving on the flop, so I feel quite good about the stab. Chat box is blocking 1 table. Amateur allure. Ace Jack 10 is probably just an open. Impressive start in the cash game championship. Congrats, thank you. ¿Cómo estás, amigo Vini? I'm doing muy bien. Campeão está aquí. That's nice, we're catering to a lot of different languages. My stream in Spanish is coming soon. It's coming soon. Let's see if there's any cash game tables. Yeah, some of them. This is one of them. How do we get to defend here? I think so. We're playing some questionable hands. Here we're going to step. We do have the 5 blocking the straight and also outs to the nuts, which is always nice when you're bluffing. Hernandez coming in with a big raise, so we have an easy fold. Let's see how the tables are looking. Some new names showing up, it's pretty cool. And you learn everyone's playing style pretty quickly because you get to see their cards, of course. Couple of tables running now, pretty nice lineups. I'll swap some cash game in if we go under 4 tables. Joining the waiting lists at the moment. We're gonna defend the big blind. Flop a set. And it's funny in these bounty tournaments, since they have like an incentive to bust you, people are more incentivized to call off light. So I think what happens is that we want to fast play a lot of hands. And by fast playing I don't mean betting here, because check raising is a very viable option, of course, but by fast playing is whenever he bets, this is a hand we would maybe flat call in a cash game, and then we'd definitely raise in a bounty structure, which makes our calling range somewhat capped. So for that reason we maybe want to put it in. It's a funny balance. Okay, let's see if I'm on all the waiting lists. This one yes, this one yes. We have one behind here. I'm on the waiting list for that one. We face a bet, small one. I'm going to rip it. Not a huge fan of the no limit Omaha stuff. What are these guys saying here? Let's see. It's Portuguese. Oh. Yeah, I was talking about the ¿Cómo estás? That's Spanish, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, here again, like, do we see bet? Do we just jam it in? I don't know. I haven't done any study in terms of PLO, unlimited. No, not limited. I mean, let's see. Not sure if we're supposed to raise it up here, but it's a pretty decent hand. We're in the small blind. Like, in general, we don't want to create bigger pots when we're out of position. Just want to see bet. It's really tough to make my opponent fold a better hand, but okay, let's see. He overlimbed, and this guy. Okay, it's a very healthy bet. We're not going to fold, but people never bet big fold there. His four should be okay. Like, he's wrapping, or the hand we're afraid of our aces. We're really blocking it by having an ace, and oh, that's a 10. That's pretty bad. That's a 4. Whoa. The Chambran is here. Bro, are you in Thailand? No, sir. You guys do have a healthy obsession with my location. Also, the 9s are, on the one hand, not so nice to have because we're not blocking 2 pair outs or having an option to have higher 2 pair, but we can definitely hit a set. Coming in with the small raise. Probably fold his hand, but now we have to be very, very, very wide. Here we widen our calling range. To bet or not to bet? It's like a tricky one. How to get value from better hands, but it's definitely possible if he blocks. Something like that is exactly what we're trying to get called by. I think here we can bet twice, kind of comfortably. King, Jack, Jack. I don't think there's a reason to bet. We don't need protection. We cannot really get value from hands that are weaker. Two, 2, 4, 4. Easy call. Super nice hand because you can hit those like lower flops that people shove on at a very high frequency. Here, just a 5 is not enough to continue. We check calls. Like, the stab is kind of strong. In general, people are somewhat afraid to stab those kind of boards that should hit my range more than my opponent's. Here with the 2, 2, 4, 4, I would oh, we get a lead from this guy. Okay, I fold. Check raising might be an option, but we'll never find out what I would have done. You do not prefer to change your opening size pre-flop in PLO tournaments depending on your stack size, smaller if stake is below 30 BB. I think the logic should be that whenever you get shorter, the bigger open size is better. I think in general bigger is better, but there's a lot of tournament settings where opening small should be okay. Pablo with the shove on the turn. We have a bounty, potential bounty on a big blind. In these bounty tournaments, you always hope that your opponents are not paying attention, like 3 folds. It's kind of crazy, I think. Gonna open this hand. We have an open and a call. I'm a bit fucked up by the cash game championship. People are very, very wild pre-flop. I think we can squeeze, but it's kind of close. Here, I don't think there's a super big difference between calling and folding. There's not that many flops that we can fold on because we always have those set outs. So maybe on an ace-king board you can consider folding, but other than that, not really. We flop a queen. Probably calling the 4-bet is kind of close as well. We go all in, hopefully he doesn't have a flush. He did have the bluff 4-bet. And then imagine folding that ace-king flop. So yeah, there's advantages and advantages at too much alcohol. What are your thoughts on the 2K racks? Is there room for large win rates in that pool? It's hard to say because I'm running pretty good, so it's very easy to start overestimating your like skill level. I would say that the best 6-max players in the world definitely have a double-digit win rate in the current lineups. Like 10-20 is a decent stake, but I think there's always, historically, has been a very big skill gap between 10-20 and 25-50. I think when you play 25-50, like your opponents they're still very exploitable, but they're so much better that you can't get away with just like not making sure that your ranges are like somewhat on point. And on 10-20 you maybe can. Or there's guys playing that have different interpretations of how they should be playing than I have. For tables, I think ECR has a big tournament tonight as well, but it's pretty bad for my sleeping schedule, so I'm probably going to skip that, but who knows. I'm a bit of an action junkie. Bit of an action junkie. PLO, yeah. Pretty cool. They're very big always and super soft. It's a bounty, so if I want to play I should be playing now, but that's too deep into the night, unfortunately. It's one of the very few like super big field tournaments for PLO. I asked the location because I'm grinding PLO from Thailand and I had the feeling you too. I just wondered if you play during nighttime only and if it bothers you or you like it. Historically I've been a night grinder, but there was a period 2 months ago where there was a guy who was online every morning, would be playing, and I had to switch up my sleeping schedule because of that reason, and I really enjoyed it. Like, it's so much better for your health, I think. So yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool, the 1020 championship. I wasn't planning or expecting to play it. But then on my first stream I ran so well and the games have been decent, so it's actually not that much of a sacrifice of my time. These tournaments, however, are, but we'll try to make it count. No dice, it seems, in the 5k. How is this tournament on break for 4 more minutes? Maybe a super long hand or something. They should change that. Does anyone know the GG Poker streaming thing? How does that work? I'm not going to sell out, I think, but who knows? Who knows? Paulo Dionisio is saying, hey dude, good luck, thank you sir. I'm not sure if I'm seeing your profile picture correctly, but you have a sick haircut. Okay, so we doubled up in the 2k. Here we won a couple of chips. Here we fired a second bullet. And here we won a couple of chips. We lose a table, we put a cash game table there. Maybe later a couple of no limit hold'em events. These 5k events, no limit hold'em, are quite rough. GG Masters is always a nice late reg, maybe even the 10k. Maybe even the 10k. Big all in here, seemingly. Let's go win, baby. And if somebody can do it, it's him. Super interesting race here. Like clicking back there can be nice. Clicking back there can be nice. Okay, wait, we have to get the lighting a little bit better. Maybe like this. Pro streamer alert. Alright. It's probably a little bit better. You don't plan to keep playing the cash game and try to be the number one? Yeah, I am. I'm going to grind super hard next 2 weeks. Like, the idea in my head is 3k hands a day. I'm not sure if I'll get there, but something along those lines. And then we'll go from there. I think we can make this hand. Can defend this hand in the big blind. Seb is thinking about doing something funky. Thinking about doing something funky. I have a limp from Andras, known to play wide ranges. Going to raise it up. It's pretty whatever against undergun limp. I'm expecting him to limp a lot of kings or queens that are that don't do well against a 3-bet. Okay, at this point I think Seb is just forgetting about this tournament. So Seb, if you're listening, you're timing out. You're timing out. Sanita plays in a 200 MTT on coin. That's not true, I would think. Gucci neck. I would think it's maybe not him, somebody that copied his name or something. I think we can click it back like this. Like jamming or check raising, both fine. Do get there. Nicolas Barr trying to involve himself. The problem is I don't think he's going to fold much when we jam here. So we're just gonna call. Like he knows what I'm trying to do there. He can raise and we can just call. Not too sure about this line, but should be okay. Okay, that's a welcome turn. There could be super nuts that he's checking, but I don't think so. 70%, okay. Let's do it. No 8 is the most important card, I guess. Double knockout. This hand is strong, of course. We have a pair and a flush draw, not strong, but it's okay. But if we bet, it's hard for our opponents to call something that's worse than our hand. That's a really like sizable bet. Feels extremely weak to fold here. I think I'm going to do it. Don't know. Gucci Nike. Yeah, I can ask him. Open this hand. Going to open here. Here I'm going to limp. It's too wide probably, but there's a bunch of guys I want to play with. And in these bounties, you really want to fight for every pot, every single chip. Really counts. Here on the ace 7-8-5. Jamming is kind of tempting, but I think we're supposed to check with this combo. We can still hit a couple of turns that are okay. And this is funny. 18-27%. Now we have an easy jam, I think. I expect him to almost never call here, but he might prove me wrong. Could be the kind of guy that's balanced in this spot. gonna see bet on the bottom left. Here we're gonna bet. Seb calls with the 10. I think it's a fine call. It's I do check on my super air there. It's very nice to check strong hands there for that reason, of course. Going to bet for value. Back to my old sizes. Maybe pot is also fine, I don't know. 20 big blinds. Ooh. Probably very close between calling and raising. Quick raise from Hernandez. And a call. Gonna see what day it is today. If they both check, we can consider going all in here, I think. If Hernandez goes all in, it's... yeah, now we can fold, but... if it wasn't for the poner, we could consider calling. Takes out the Hernandez. Open. Also a hand we don't love in terms of being 3-bet, but we do push a certain or decent amount of equity. Yeah, the other mic, I'm getting some compliments about the new mic. The other mic was actually like same price range and stuff, but maybe it's just stopped working properly. I don't know. We face a limp. Very easy bet. Baby with a big bet. I think we're supposed to call here, but it's always like so tricky. It's hard to find enough bluffs for him, like King. King 10 is not really a hand you want to turn into a bluff. Going to start with a c-bet. Feels kind of weak sauce to fold here, but no, I'm going to call. I'm too stubborn. I'm not really blocking any full houses. Yeah, that's the problem. Annoying hand. Also folding a straight there is... surely you have to call sometimes there. He is creative. Is he creative enough? We don't know. Do we make money on that call? Not really, but... against these uncapped ranges at lower stakes, I think we can like put some pressure for sure. On the paired ones, people have a bit more balance than the unpaired ones. The unpaired ones, they really just want to bet whenever they have something, so they leave their checking range very, very capped. Don't try this at home. Yeah, so Sanita is maybe playing a $200 tournament, so he's training for live tournaments, I would guess. You finally got a decent mic. I'm so proud of you, son. Yeah. Happy to hear, guys. having a decent start in these tournaments. Double bounty knockout. Calling off Bavy every hand and not catching him bluffing. How are you guys doing? Hi Derek, you're crushing it at the Cash Game Championship. 10k hands is still a very small sample in PLO, but a 30 BB EV is incredible. Were you feeling super comfortable at the tables? Were you feeling super comfortable? I actually was, and it's funny because I've always looked at my 6-max game as like way inferior compared to heads up. Just because I work more on my heads up game and I'm like constantly guessing 6-max, or it feels like that way. Recently I've worked a ton on my heads up game, like some serious grinding on it, so I do feel like that had a super like big impact. I'm going to fold here. It's not really any turn that I really like, except for the king, but bigger size as well from him. So I started playing the 6-max, and so many spots are kind of comparable in sense of in terms of like thresholds for when you do bet in position or not, and for some reason it translated better than it usually did. Probably get away with a limp here. Gonna start calling with the jack. If you're looking to bet a set on the turn, it's always nice to, whenever you block a pair, to not do it, I think. Limit your outs, and Bavy is going for it again. The nicest hand here to call all the way down is of course 8-10. Blocking 2 jacks is super nice and relevant as well. Probably gonna get milked on the river for a small bet. Or a big bet, like queen 10 comes in. You can definitely have queen 10. I can definitely have queen 10, so... I think we just have a pretty easy fold here. Gonna start with a limp. Can bet pretty small on these kind of boards. We hit a 7, but not much backdoor stuff. Of course, a 9 is super nice. On a lot of cards we can actually stack off. Here we're just gonna check and decide. One check back hand he could have that is strong is the ace 5. Now we river to pair. It's also nice to check. We can even check raise this hand. But betting myself is definitely an option. This guy is betting. We're gonna call 3 times. Like we have the 9-10, and also blocking the king is pretty nice in terms of unblocking his bluffs. He could go 3 times with 9-10. I'm going to check back this combo. It looks very tight, but I blocked the king, and some players would like to get like funky. Yeah, I would have definitely called there, but I think my logic is still fine. Raising it up with the king 10-9-9 looks very pretty. And here, it's not great not blocking a club. But we're betting into 2 limps, and this flop like goes so well with my range from the small blind. We get a quick shove, so easy fold, but I think it's fine. Having a club is nicer, but good luck killing in the cash game championship. Good luck my inspiration from Niku. How many tables are you playing, Dirk? In the cash game championship, 9 at most at the same time. Stepping in the 1K. Face a raise. Baby is crushing me. It's the kind of hand that don't need protection, and also hard to get a lot of streets for value, so checking back always a good option. Here we're gonna bet the queen. Can check it back as well, but I'm going to check it one more time. And here, in terms of sizing, I think half pot is fine and pot also, but you can still call with ace king or a weaker queen. Going to call the 8s. We've slow played it for 3 streets now. Did have a higher full house. Do you need help with video editing, thumbnails for the YouTube channel? Worked with a lot of creators, including poker players like Dnex, BenCB, etc. Happy to help, let me know. Shem Golds. Yeah, bro, maybe I can contact you on Discord, that would be great. Let me know. Eckhart Depti is saying, if Phil Gelfand would offer you a rematch, would you do it? Also, how did it feel to be up so much in the challenge? I'm not sure, but I actually think I would take the challenge. I would have a couple of stipulations whenever I take him on. Number 1, that we do it on coin poker. Number 2, some rules about like how much time bank you can use. And 1K hands a day. Like, our challenge took so long and he played so slow, and those were things that were, I mean, I'm not saying that's why I lost the challenge. I lost the challenge because he was a better poker player, but it definitely like wasn't a great experience. Like, the games were pretty good. For probably find the limp. Gonna lead here. Hmm. 18. 28. I think we're gonna call it off here. The king is not great, but oof, him sizing smaller is gonna make me wanna fold. So exploited the fold, I guess, against the smaller sizing. I can't wait for people to exploit me with the smaller sizing. Sometimes I have to watch my mouth. Baby with the limp, and if there's someone balanced here, it's him, but I'm just gonna bank on him not being balanced there. So yeah, after going so much up in a challenge, of course, like what happens to you is kind of crazy. Like mentally, you think you're on top of the world, and I do think that I was like outplaying him quite royally in the first part of the challenge. He was just playing too many hands pre-flop, and I think it cost him money. But yeah, it hurts, but probably less than you think. I was in pain. Like my life was still very good, and I'm always pretty good at like understanding my privilege. So like losing against him, especially the last day, you know, it's like kind of a coin flip who's gonna win the challenge. Open, call, and we miss the flop. These aces will be jammed in. We're winning a couple of all-ins today. It's a very important skill to have. Bavy of blank. With the flat call. As you can see, our hand does not connect much at all with this flop. No. Goated. It's the goat. I'd like to re-enter. Yeah, we can't. We can't. Okay, maybe it's time for some cash games then. Let's see, we're still on the waiting list. It would really not, like I would really prove myself a point if I play 50k hands and I have a win rate that's undeniably winning, which is very hard. Like even 50k hands is not a great sample, but I think it's more important how you feel in the game. Like if you're feeling confident, if you're seeing the leaks in your opponents, that kind of stuff. When you want to determine your win rate. General Snout, hello, liking the stream videos. Would you recommend any resources from someone learning PLO who would like to master it at a high level? I would use one of the training sites, I think. And we can limp, I think. Put in a small bet. I guess I can range check here as well, but feels like people are more creative against the small bet than against the check. Not today. Raising up with the aces. We're not getting free flops here with the poner to my left. Flop a 9. A 9 and a couple of backdoors, so we're in. It's super whatever, like we do super fine against dry aces, but you could definitely have a hand that's better than dry aces. He was thinking about something else than calling, so we are ahead actually. Flop the 10s. If you were to open, I don't know if you even call here. Ante is a bit low. PLO jams in the aces. Always a great feeling to jam in your aces and getting snap called there. We open. Can go limp or open with his hand, I think. Now with the queen high flush, it's kind of tough to get 3 streets of value. We're also blocking the jack. I'm not sure if the solver uses that logic at all times, but I think that makes it a nice check back. Very like natural check back on the turn as well. Invite some people to bluff. Here we're going to bet with the 3 pair. And then with the 4 pair, it's kind of special, where it's very hard for my opponent to call a worse hand. Also makes it more likely that he has air, so we're checking. He can have 8-9, of course, but he can also have king jack 9. We could bet big, but also small to invite in deuces. He bets here, surely we're gonna be right 1 out of 3 times. Did have jack 9. Okay, little table of the cash game championship. I would like to limp this hand, but probably not the best idea. Okay, we have 1 table, cash game championship. You're probably gonna see how wild people play here. God from Stock is a name that I saw in the rankings a lot. He outplayed me a couple of times, very, very hard. Optimist, also pretty rough, tough guy. And you're gonna see the hands after the hand is played. Jack 7-5. Cumicon, I guess you guys know that name. Gonna see more limping, which can be part of your strat. His queen is maybe a bit too wide, but I think sometimes we want to bet for value and sometimes we want to bet as a bluff here. Me and Kumikon have a terrible history because he saw me bluffing a lot and he called me down light a lot. Are you not playing the PGT PLO series in Vegas? I have decided not to go. Like, I was getting a little bit tired of the traveling. To raise it, check here. I feel like this spot is not studied well enough by yours truly. That's a pretty bad flop. We have 2 options here, check raising and well, 3. We can bet small, we can check raise, we can bet big. My line has a lot of air in it, so I think we're kind of inclined to bet big here. I'm blocking all the straights, all the 2 pairs, all the stuff here. We flop very decent, 64%, 50%. We're gonna find out what day it is today. What day is it today? That's a king. That's a king. Was that a big pot or no? 450,000 chips. Yeah, decent. What is this guy 3-betting with? It's a bit wide. White 3 betting ranges. I'm more into email than Discord, haha, but sure man, what's your Discord, or would you rather I send over mine in the chat here? Yeah, you can send your email if that's better. I'm more of a Discord guy, I guess, but... Let's see what Bavy had. Open and a 3 bet. Limp on the button. In the cash game, people are playing so well, like they're going after every pot, so I guess my game is maybe more aggressive than it should be at the moment. I think both options are on the table. It's like calling is fine, folding is probably bad. Gonna bet twice here with the flush. Maxi is in a world of pain. And here we flop 6-7, which means we have like a double straight flush out. Pretty sure we can jam this hand. It's not great to jam 5-way. But if there's a hand, this one might be the one. That means if he does have an ace with a flush draw, which is a very likely hand for him to have, we still have those outs to the straight flush. Does have a fold. 5-way c-bet and a fold, that's pretty cool. So far pretty impressed with God from stock. Playing the PGT PLO series or PLO tourneys in Malta coming up. So yeah, a bit tired of the traveling, so I'm gonna play in the Bahamas, not in the PGT, neither in the Malta series. Yeah, and also the buy-ins have to be high. Like for it to be worth it, and going to Vegas is not very high on my list of things that I would like to do. And close to an open, but with these guys that are playing enough hands, not really worth it. I think we're getting bet for value now. It's pretty cool with the king shot unblocking ace 10, which is one of the like most common calling hands. 10-5, 10 deuce, 5 deuce with an ace maybe. Okay, 200 people tuning in. Nice, welcome everyone. I'm thinking about doing another vote on what I have to eat tonight. Let chat decide. Soon I'm gonna be an in real life streamer, and I'll let chat decide everything for me. I think we can let this one go. Not sure if we're three-way here or not. Info, 3 players. Okay. Number 2 getting paid 35 minutes of late reg still. Leadable board. Against the 1/3 we have a very easy call, top pair and a backdoor nut flush draw deuce. Backdoors seem not important, but they can really make the difference between calling a hand or folding a hand. On this turn, my opponent checks. Like we have 2 options. Betting and checking, and I think this is the kind of hand you just want to check back. Like we don't push that much equity against his calling range, and we might even have the best hand. This river kind of sucks. Like there's a lot of 2 pairs now, a lot of straights now. It's definitely a spot where he wants to bluff. Surprised by his check. He probably has showdown value, so maybe we should consider bluffing, but we're going to check with the 9. He has a 9. Not sure. Maybe he should consider bluffing that hand. But maybe it's fine. What do I know, huh? Braven is asking, would you rather play against someone that never bluffs or someone that over bluffs? I generally enjoy it more to play against someone who over bluffs. Like those under bluffing type of guys, they can be annoying because you call off like a decent amount of hands, and then after a couple of 100 hands or a couple of hands, it turns out that they're not bluffing enough, so you've been making bad calls. That's why the championship is so great. You instantly see what your opponent is doing. Like, okay, this optimist guy, is he just going for it with a bluff, or does he have a strong hand here? Oh, 9-9. Could have been a hand. Pretty cool turn bet as well. Not sure if you can bet here, maybe. It's kind of strong our hand. Bet big or bet small, like we're kind of blocking value. So maybe it's nice to put this one in the smaller category. I don't think we're folding against the raise. Yeah, he might even raise with a worse hand here. Get him! Pretty cool raise. But we're balanced, baby. That's something that he underestimated. Raising it up with the Jack 10, 8, 8 on this table. Here we have been card dead for a little bit. Could call here maybe? Not sure. This one we're gonna jam it in. My opponent has to fold a fair bit. 10-7, not part of the fair bit. We still have outs. Outs and a rebuy button. We hit the out. Discord works, man. Username is Beastie's Hem. Fuck. Okay. We have a little situation. Luckily it was almost empty. But the stream set is under attack by yours truly. Leading, maybe a thing. Ace we check. Streaming setup under attack. Oh, big bet by my opponent. Let's see what kind of reads we have on this guy. Can step merge, has moves. Okay, so guess we have to call twice. Hard for him to have 5 deuce, hard for him to have aces. Ace jack could be a hand that beats us. Let's see. People are usually a bit scared to go on the river. He got 2 pair. If it wasn't for the 2 pair, I think he would have gone for the full stack. Like my line. Okay. Almost salvaged the situation here. Okay. Huh. Okay, I think we're just gonna jam here. Expect a lot of folds and calls from hands that are worse, not really likely. L and F. Huh. I think we want to raise here. Out of position. We have to give him credit for sometimes having Ablevsky. Yeah. Pretty sure we can bet here. Kind of okay with anything. Fold is nice, and if he jams, it's also fine. Here I'm going to bet big. If he jams, it's a gross spot actually. I'm always a sucker for thin value. Sometimes it costs me dearly. Annoying. That's very annoying. I think it's a very underbluffed spot, so we can fold. Should look into the hand if it's a call or if it's a bet. I think it's fine. Here we're gonna bet with the ace 10. We get raised. That's very interesting. That's something that should not. It should happen sometimes, but I guess he's checking on all aces and does have the king 10. Well played. Well played, sir. Okay. 1 second and I'm back to answering some chat questions. Here with 2 pair, we're just gonna check. Like there's not that many turns that are nice. So it's nice to put that in our like slow playing range. We could go call, we could go raise maybe even. Nicolas bar. That's again. Going to rip this one. Calling is an option, so sometimes we call, sometimes we rip. This time we rip it. I do play my 10s like this. I don't really play my queens or jacks like this, but that's call. Ace king 8 deuce, yeah, that's a very nice combo to call with. Nice size on the river as well. Well played, sir. Yeah, we're gonna have occasional full houses there, like not too many queens, of course. I mean, maybe the super strong end of my queens. Check back there. Yeah, 4.5 or something. 4.2. Okay, 4 before we lose our action. On the turn, we're supposed to do a lot of checking. All those aces, kings and stuff, they really benefit from like checking the turn, not trying to put all the money in. And then here as played, since most of our hands are aces or kings, that's how we're gonna size. Super pinty shove here, but kind of whatever. Probably checking back is the preferred line, but sometimes you just have to ram it in. Train to Kiev with the call, ace jack, king jack. Yeah. Blocking kings and not really blocking aces, not sure. Probably have to call there against a small size, but okay, we have a quick break. But we have the cash game. That really sucks. Okay, gonna play it to the button. Ooh, that's a cookie. It's a cookie. Look, people, look. Yeah. Kun je me komen met de full house? Renato's pizzatje. Piece the ham. That's what I was doing. Adding someone on Discord. Yeah. Oh. Add friend. Let's see. Beastie's ham. Okay, friend request should be sent your way. Funny hand, like a lot of good reasons to bet it, a lot of good reasons to check it. God is thinking about something else. Going to check it. Yeah, we're going to bet. Okay, quick break. Quick breaky. Very tempting to stab here, but we have 0 spades, which is very important because it blocks his check raising range. So I think we're just gonna check and figure it out. Gonna put in a bet. And now we're just gonna give up, I think. Yeah. Okay. Explodable fault, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna do the questions right now. Les questions. We're betting, check raising, of course, also fine. Out of position, you mix a lot with the strong hands. I'm gonna call a hand that can really flop pretty well. We do, decent flop. Dry aces were ahead, but we're blocking 0 diamonds. Just kind of thinking long, not sure why. Those are pretty dry. It's not us. Pretty bad that they're dry. I had pasta carbonara yesterday. Wow, okay, Giri. But ordered at midnight, arrived at 3 a.m. What? That seems not realistic. I'm gonna bet here and then proceed on the river. Not on this river. Check it back. I need to bet. Check back in position. Might be fine. Yeah, you can't fold there. That would be a huge mistake. Win rate has to be higher versus overbluffers than underbluffers, right? Assuming they bluff, they're bluff catching at the same frequency. Yeah, I mean, depends a little bit on how much they're overbluffing. It's just more fun, like you swing harder. I enjoy that. I'm still a degen at heart, so. I think we can call here actually. The same thing here. Flop a 7. Roll in. 63%. It's a good turn. It's a good flop. Against Bavy, our, how do you say, toughest opponent today. He does find the raise in. I don't think we need to flat call here or time bank, go all in. Queen 9-8. I was expecting a flat call with that hand. Open and 3-bet with the aces. This is a nice hand to bet fold potentially. It's kind of close, but if any, the biggest problem for me is that I need to get the money back once I lose one buy-in even. That sounds like a very bad character trait to have as a professional poker player, but maybe you're not professional, but you play for fun. Any tip on how to deal with this? I know it's a ridiculously beginner's question. Yeah, I think you have to approach poker more as a strategic game, and like handling losses is part of the problem you have to solve. So whenever you get mad over losing one buy-in, it's pretty stupid, because like swings are part of the game. You have to maybe play around with a variance calculator or something along those lines, but it's like evident that I'm going to lose a lot of buy-ins, so yeah, that would be pretty stupid to get mad over all the time. I understand that sometimes it's not easy, but it's definitely something you need to work on. Can I raise this one up? I think I can fold here, I'm not sure. Okay, we bet. Opponent calls. We're blocking the draws that we want him to have. And also it's kind of tough to call a hand on the turn. Three-way against the lead that doesn't have a flush draw, so I think we're just gonna fold. I'm going to lead here. It's super whatever. He definitely has a lot of king 10. Check raising is an option. Would be pretty cool, but I think we're just gonna bet. King 10 still an option, of course, but there's not that many king 10s in his 3-betting range, I would think. Most kings flat call. Another hand I should look into. I have 1 hour in Paris waiting for my flight to Brazil. You better VPIP next hour. I'm seeing the message from Victor right now. That's funny. Maybe it's a beginner question. Also, guys, like, don't be scared to ask beginner questions. I'm going to make a tight-ish fold here. Just the size is so big. We don't actually have to defend that much. Multi-way. The solution is seeing your edge over the long run rather than chasing losses, but it's easier said than done. Rebuy when it's a good game when you have an edge, and don't when it's not. Call it a day when tilted. All easier said than done, though. Yes, it's very easy to quit when you're tilted. Like, that's the whole thing with tilting. I think you have to restructure the way you approach the game for sure. Like, look at it as more as if you're playing chess, and then losing a piece like shouldn't make you that bad, like mad. But it's just part of the game, part of what happens. It sucks because the guy that opens here is kind of tight, so he just has a ton of aces. We're playing a bounty structure though. This guy is like super wide, so that edges out 3-bet, I think. But we run into aces here quite often. We also have kings ourselves. That would be part of his opening range probably. John Doe, oh my god, phone soaking wet. We're there with the chat. Hey Derek, how does your setup look like? How many monitors do you use? I have 4 monitors and a laptop. No ACR for you, brother. No man, my sleeping schedule has been pretty fucked because of the championship. I am such a degen that I just keep on playing when the games are good, so I went to bed at 4 a couple of times. So tonight is an early night and then 2 weeks of grinding. 2 weeks of grinding. Thoughts on rebuying in PLO tournaments? Do you need more buy-ins in PLO than No Limit Hold'em? Probably. They swing harder for sure. It's 4 AM here. I'm a pass out soon. Good night, chat, and at the ViniVidi. Talk to you later. Peace. See you, man. Thanks for the checkout. Always pleasant. Always nice. Bavy doesn't want to get outplayed on later streets, so no flat call. Yeah, fair point. Bottom left table, how to follow, or is it just me? The bottom left. Ah. Yeah, bro. You're the first one saying something about it. That's terrible stream management. Okay, here for the same reason the other hand we didn't stab. Start with a check. This turn, it's pretty cool card to start betting on. Just goes very well with my range. We're gonna check back with the jacks again. The problem on the river, if he pot bets here, is that we don't block any of the hands that he's wrapping. So that really sucks. If he checks, we're gonna check back. Bet small, we have an easy call. Something in the middle. Yeah, you could bet a straight like this. You could bet a... Really sucks not to block anything, but pretty sure we're supposed to defend here. You could have anything, of course, but he does not. Hi Dirk, from Jane Nizzle, how is the cash game challenge going for you? We're currently in first place with 65k in EV winning, so pretty good. Pretty good. terrible hand, but we get to shove into 2 bigger stacks, which makes us defend quite a bit wider. Here we're gonna limp because we have this guy covered. ACR is trash. Bavy doesn't want to get outplayed. Bottom table, okay, we're updated in terms of chat. Okay. Still have a very small amount of showdown. Six, 8 and Jack 8 become value bets now on the river. To block 6, 8. That's super whatever, but still have to defend quite a bit there. Jeffrey is saying RDR next week. Are you excited? Yeah, of course I am. Pretty sick. He was not convincing at all, his last fight, so it's gonna be a nice test. I mean, I have to be honest, I don't know who his opponent is. Brandon Allen. Yeah. Don't really know the guy. I'm excited for RDR, but the fight itself, yeah. So. How much time did it take you to get to high stakes PLO? Like back in the day, it was way easier to climb the ranks. So I did it in a couple of years. I can tell you how it went. So when I was 14, I started playing poker. 16, when I started playing poker for real money. I had crazy swings. I was probably not that great, but I had like some kind of feel for the game. I went and played like quite high in terms of no limit hold'em. And then I found PLO. Always grinded like 2-4, 3-6, 5-10. On PKR, it was like a super soft site where they had like Sims-like characters and I don't know, like kind of interesting. I potentially bluffed the river there, but Sims-like characters. And then I went professional and I played for 1 year and I played all stakes up until 25-50 if the games were really good, which was a mix of like bad bankroll management and just me wanting to hop into games that were very beatable. There's a very big chance I wasn't beating those games. Well, the games I played I was beating, but I was not a 25-50 player. Then I went broke, even though I had great results in EV, expected value, and after that I found my backer / coach, and then it went really quick. So I kind of was there already, not really. But once he became involved in my poker career, things started going like very well. Like I rose through from I guess a decent 2-4 player to a very strong 10-20 player very quickly. And then 25-50 short thereafter. Do you have a mobile monitor setup? If If so, would love to know the setup and how happy you are with it. Yeah, if you take a screen, it's the nicest. Like take a laptop and a screen. I think that's the best setup. My laptop is just what I use for traveling. Like super tempting to raise here, but I think we want to have like a double backdoor or whatever. He's gonna see better at a very high frequency. He did have the world this time. Wonder if you sometimes fold there or check back as optimist. How to get the EV line to go up? My EV constantly below the green line. That's not a bad place to be, my man. That's definitely not a bad place to be. I think in general you want to have your green line above your EV line, so if you want to get it down, then you have to lose more lens. We rebuy in the tournament. Let's see, something along these lines. Late wedge almost over. I'm going to open here. Small bet and a call. It's the kind of spot where you kind of want to call, but then calling is not great. So we're gonna do something funky where we raise. It's a pretty tough spot for both of these guys actually. Like what are we wrapping? Like weak kings or deuces or something along those lines. Hey Dirk, how do you find the field at 2K? Is it tougher or softer than expected? It might be a result of me running hot, but the games are less competitive than I was expecting. I think there's a huge skill gap between 1020 and 2550. I haven't played 1020 for a long time, except for 1020 heads up. So I wasn't really sure about like the state of the game, but it seems... I mean, I'm coming from super high stakes, so yeah, compared to super high stakes, people are have a pretty explodable approach to the game. It's wild though, like it's for sure the wildest games that I have played in my career, like super crazy. What was your screen name on PKR? So when I was playing underaged, I played under my dad's name, and the account was KidPoker14. KidPoker being the nickname of Daniel Negreanu, and 14 is the number of my favorite football player at the time, Johan Cruyff. Never seen him play, and I don't know what I was thinking, but that was a reason. And then I moved over to Veni Vidi Vici, 1993, I think. Was that already KidPoker? I think so, yeah. Okay. 4 left. Sounds we're going to play, I think. What's the highest stakes you've ever played, both live and online? 1K, 2K, I think. I'm just gonna like check and pray for showdown. It's pretty easy to get bluffed here even. Won't get 2K, I think. online. And then live is 100k buy-in, that's the highest stakes. Do they still have a VIP game every week for the challenge? I didn't see coins streaming today. They do have a VIP game, so so they do have it. I wasn't invited for it, which is surprising because I played an insane, insane hands. But yeah, all good. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. We're just gonna check. Potentially check raise here. With blocking the king, I think checking can be nice. Invite my opponent to bluff. Here we're going to go for the 3-bet. Calling probably fine too. 3-betting the aces, bottom right. I think we have to call here. It's terrible, he mostly has aces, but has a couple of other hands too. That's not us. Three. Yeah. Sometimes we just gotta lose, huh? Could raise, we could call. We're all in, 63%, 17%. And we're out, but we do have another late buy-in. Here we turn to pair. Might be a nice candidate to check. Betting is definitely fine, of course. Bet by Moni Viking. 7, 8, Jack 8. It's a lot of combos that I beat. Can't have Jack Jack, can't have Queen Queen. So we're going to check raise. Okay, that worked out well. Almost chip leading now, which is very important in this tournament. 14,000 up top and 7.4 for second, so very big bubble. For someone transitioning from Hold'em to PLO, do you recommend mastering 4-card or 5-card when the goal is max win rate? I always say the same thing. The more cards you add, the more win rate there is, because PLO 4, like, people play roughly okay pre-flop ranges nowadays, like still not as good as you would think, but roughly okay. PLO 5, PLO 6, I don't think it's necessarily the case. And then post-flop, the mistakes that people make are just bigger. It's harder to run the sims, so I think it's nice to focus on 5-card, but it depends a little bit on the action. I don't know how much action there is for 5-card. For sure more action for 4-card, but the win rate or the win rate, like BB per 100, is higher at 5-card, so I personally would go for PLO 4, but oh boy. God from Stock is sitting on some huge stacks. That's one of the competitors, I think. Let's see if I can find him. Okay. We have the 5, we're calling and maybe sometimes raising. Tante Fernandez with the bet. And now I want to call because I've played too much in the cash game championship. Can make bluffs, big bluffs. That's all the info I needed. 9-9. Yeah. That makes sense. Let's see where God is in the ranking. He's 4th, sitting on 31k. Okay, so we're kind of safe for now. And here it's 3 of us left, and the stack sizes are roughly the same. Very funny. When you went broke, did you think about quitting poker? I never thought about quitting. I was very confident in my skills, and I also had my database that could back up those claims. So for me, it was just a bump in the road. Like I didn't really care that much. You're saying the big boys are playing. That's probably more interesting than this table. I'll put it up on the top right. 1k, 2k. These guys are wild, huh? These guys are wild. Good suggestion, sir. We're having a decent viewership, 275 people. Feel free to drop a like. 4 tables, we have 1 final table and some big bluffs being run. Holy shit. It's good for us actually. Here we have a funny spot where not sure how wide we're supposed to defend. Snap open as well, I'm gonna make a very tight fold. We're all in here, bottom left. We have a higher 2 pair. River the flush. Here's like a hand we could bet, we could check raise, but since we're in a tournament and we really don't want to bust, we're gonna play it more passively. Check calling is fine here. Oh, huge hand now. Giselle is wrapping a flush. Kuchinak folds. We're gonna put it in this slot. Big pot here as well. 2-5-7-7. The boys are playing some poker. Really wild games. We can consider calling here with the 4. Here, when we're handed the option of betting in position, we can bet most of the time, but checking is not something crazy. If our opponent bets now, I think we can just stick it in his face. Going to bet big. The boys are playing. coming out with a little bluffski. Still a three-way, but the spot is looking better. Open in a 3-bet. Moni should be super wide, so he definitely has a couple of folds here. We prefer to see the call. He goes all in even. Ace, queen, queen. Terrible flop. And we're back. We're back where we started. Here on this river we're going to bet for the size of the pot. Start with a check down here. When he bets we mostly check call and sometimes check raise. Here we get called, queen high flush. I think that's fine. Going to open this hand. We got 3-bet, we just call. It's not really a spot we want to be in, but Moni has the opportunity to put more pressure on us. He knows he's up against two very capable players that don't really care about the bubble that much, as in we care about cashing, but from a monetary point of view it's not that important for us. Going to check. There's not that many good turns. So I feel like a check is like not something super crazy to do. Baby bets, we're going to call, and I call most rivers. Here, I don't think we can consider folding. When he checks to us, we're handed with the question if we want to bet or we want to check back. We do risk getting check raised when we bet, but given that we have a spade blocker, jack 9 straight, and we unblock all the pairs, I think we have a hand that we want to bet. He does call us. You can fold here. Get it in, ace jack 6-6 against the aces. Here we're at risk of getting 3-bet by Moni. Not sure though if the limp is the preferred route to victory. I think I hit this board extremely hard, so I'm going to start with a bet. Then we're gonna see. Limp calling the queen jack 9-8. Baby raises. I think this is a very natural turn check again. Not really scared of anything. Victor with a pretty big bet. Very suspicious, this kind of line, but yeah. Goes all in. I think I'm gonna fold. not blocking any pairs is not great. And yes, he's creative, but is he really gonna overbluff on that kind of run out? I don't think so. Giselle and Gucci Nike are battling it out. This is some fucking insane. Like, why is this happening? Does the difference between all-in adjusted winnings and actual winnings say anything about a player's redline winnings? No, it does not. It says something about how well you run in your all-ins. So let's say you go all-in with 50% equity. Your orange line, all-in adjusted, stays the same. You're not really winning money. And if you lose the flip, then your green line is under the orange line. If you win the flip, the green line is over the orange line. Hit him with a Limsky. Gonna fold here. Giselle is taking the lead. Please no negative talk in the chat. He's a millionaire. We are the broke ones. Anazoya. No. He's referring to a moment in time where I was broke when I was 19. Holy balls, who is streaming and only 70 viewers? Insanity Jalesi is making a good point. We have 300 live viewers at the moment, so not too bad. It's actually one of the highest numbers we had in a while. One of the highest numbers. Oei, best made hand. Not anymore. What am I going to eat? That's the big question. Gonna fold here. Moni is actually very aggressive now from the button. I have to fold a decent amount of big blinds. Even here with the limp, it's like we want to start folding a lot of small blinds. Just an insane amount of pressure he can put on us. First is 14k or something. Even a hand like this looks great, but if you open and you get 3-bet, it's like not the best spot in the world. Now we have a serious decision, like do we want to reapply the pressure or do we want to play this hand in position? I think we go for the latter. That's nice. Against the pot bet, it's like you kind of hate your life. Guess at check, we're just gonna check it back. Either take it to showdown or like improve our hand and then stack it off. The jack, I'm expecting a lot of bets. Would expect him to bet bigger with the Is he really going to check? Do we really want to reopen the action? That was a hero call. I don't know what I'm doing here. Blocking hero calls. Oh, tournament poker, it's terrible. Baby sitting on 10 big blinds. He's limping. I expect his limping range to be pretty weak. That's fine to raise call. I think we're just jamming it in here. I don't think we can make him fold a 10, but we can make him fold a lot of hands. Limp, fold. Maybe start folding a bit more. We have an open and a 3-bet here by Gucci Nike, 7-5-3. Quick check. I think he's range checking the 7-5-3. On this turn, he has a slight equity advantage, and Giselle has the most nutty hands. Super nice card to start bluffing on, like he has the most 5s. Interested to see what Gucci Nike does here. Does make the call. On this river, if the flush draw comes in, you might even be able to lead. Takes away a lot of the full house combos. Pot bet from Giselle. Like, it's never easy against that guy or girl. I like how they do that in the reviews. There are like zero girls in the top 100 of poker online, but just because the name is Giselle, we have to keep the options open. Gucci Nike does end up folding. Just these guys, it is a buy-in. Is so much money. Hey, we make it. GG for Baby. GG's in the chat. We're heads up. Heads up for the championship. I wonder if we can bet here. Check calling, not great. I think on this river we can consider bluffing. We do block the straight, we do block the flush. We block 0 pairs, which is not great. Money Viking is very good at picking up bluffs. He absolutely wrecked me in the cash game championship, actually. His timing against me was impeccable. 13,000 up top, 13.7 even. Would be nice. Small Sunday bonus. Don't think we're up that much if we do win. I fired this tournament couple too many times. Going to take the betting lead here. Check back on the river. I think we're defending here. It's not a great hand. To call against the open, fold against the bet. It might be kind of close. If you give me a couple of backdoors. Start with a limp. Start with a limp. Proceed to the check. Have an easy call. Couple of very nutty rivers. Not that one. don't think this is a great hand to bluff. And we don't get the opportunity. Would be nice to take revenge on Moni. Tempting to put in a bet for him, I think. Even for me. Like if you want to start bluffing, like what hands do we want to block? It's high cards, it's a king of clubs. When did you start making good money playing? From a very early age, 16 or something, I was able to keep myself afloat. Queens, we're going to limp call actually. This flop, I think we're just gonna get it in. Doesn't play great as a call. We do have a pair, good shot to the straight, flush draw. It's hard to be dead. Goes in quick, so we're in bad shape. 41%. And we're out. That's an 30 net. Win the 7k. You can put the other table here. Of the real big ballers. I'm just playing small cash game championship. These guys are battling it out. Houses on the line. Giselle started with a nice, let's say 400k win. ICM check ever with the trip kings on a jack board against Moni Viking. Fresh melon juice with some good jokes here. It definitely can be, but my hand is so underwrapped, and if he calls there, I do take the chip lead in a very like pivotal spot. So I think it's okay, but I'm definitely not sure about it. I always tell myself that I'm sick enough to bluff there, so I have to bet a bit for value as well. We're all in, aces against aces. It's a bad start. That's bad turn. We're out. Okay. Might be a quickie today. Might be a quickie. Let's see, do we have anything else going? Alcoholic. No, we're not gonna play that. Okay, then now we have to squeeze. GG Masters. Okay. It's a shame. So many people tuning in. Tomorrow we have a bonus stream. Cash Game Championship. 3-4 hours of cash games. Should be very good. Giselle sitting on 600k, so that means he won a big one. 194 with the straight. What's going on? This is a replayer. Okay. Look at this beauty of a hand. The sad part is that people oftentimes just call here anyway. Call This guy might find a fold, and this guy's definitely gonna call. That means bonus chips if this guy folds. That's 14. Turn is a 4. Check, check, check. Check, pot, call. Here we're drawing that apparently. Drawing that apparently. Yeah, we're not gonna re-enter. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up very quickly. But yeah, we kind of ran out of action. Tomorrow we have a stream. I think it's fair to give the champ a little rest before we hop into the cash games tomorrow. It's a shame it's 300 people watching live, but this was all the action we had for today. So see you tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow at around 12 or 1. I'll post something on Twitter, or at least I'll try to. So yeah, see you guys soon. Thanks everyone for checking in, and let's hope you can get or keep the upswing alive in the Cash Game Poker Championship. Ciao, ciao everyone.